Hello, and welcome to this course on social marketing. So, without further ado, let's dive into the first module. Okay guys, welcome to Module 1. In this module, our expert will be teaching you about marketing on Facebook and Instagram. So, get ready to take some notes and let's jump right in.
All right, guys, so welcome to the first module here. All these modules are going to cover very briefly each of the social media platforms that you can use for marketing. Now, if you're wanting to drill down a little bit further, there's other courses that go super in-depth into each one. In this case, for this course, we just want to give you an overall idea of what the main, biggest social media platforms are that you should be using for organic marketing. This is not for paid ads. Organic marketing, okay? And the first one we're starting with here, because it's arguably the most popular, is going to be Facebook. Now, the most popular aspect of Facebook from a business perspective these days is Facebook ads, right? You hear about them all the time. You see them in your news feed. We have another course specifically about that. We're not going to be talking about that. This is purely about marketing from an organic perspective. And the first thing to talk about there is the distinction between personal and business. Okay, so there are a couple of niches out there where it makes sense to utilize your personal profile for your marketing. Okay, the internet marketing niche, a couple of multi-level marketing or network marketing niches out there. But for the vast majority of you, you're not going to be doing that. Okay, 99% of businesses, the owners are not going to be using their personal profile for marketing their business. If you're in a niche like that, the network marketing niche or the internet marketing or the MMO niche, you might have seen people using their personal profiles, maybe saying, hey, comment below, or write info in the comments below if you want the secret to XYZ, right? And then they follow up with a private message. Okay, you've seen that enough if you're in that niche that you already know how to do it. It's not really super special. We're not going to focus on it here because, again, it doesn't apply to 99% of businesses. So in this case, we're going to be focusing purely on the business side of things. And the core of that, technically at least, is a Facebook page. Now, here's the deal with pages. They don't actually take an active role in your organic marketing anymore. All right? And the reason for that is that Facebook a few years ago decided to dial back the reach of organic Facebook page posts basically to zero. There was a time when, in practice, the page was the core of your marketing. Okay? And it still technically is today, but not practically speaking. But there was a time when you would go to your page and that's where you would post your content. You would post links to your blog content. You would post, blog posts basically in your Facebook page. You would post, promotional information, sales, that kind of stuff. And then people would see that in their news feed. That doesn't happen anymore. All right. Now, I don't mean literally zero, but basically it's zero. Zero reach, zero organic reach for your posts. Now, here's the deal. It's still expected for your business to have a Facebook page of some sort. All right. It's still expected for you to come in here and create a page, which is very easy, by the way. All you're doing is giving your page a name and, a banner image and a profile image. And, you can put some about information here. This page doesn't have any right now. And then put a few organic posts out there. All right. Because people expect it to be there if they search for you and come across you for some reason, especially if you're a local business. And it's kind of like, and I know this sounds silly, but it's kind of like that guest bathroom in your home that you keep stocked with a towel that nobody in the house is allowed to use when guests are not around. It's a themed towel set, matching rug, matching, shower curtains, that kind of stuff. And nobody is supposed to use it in your household, right? Nobody really touches that stuff. It's just there in case you have company. Now, maybe you didn't have that in your household, but a lot of people do. And you get the idea, right? It's just sort of socially expected to be there. And it's the same thing with your Facebook page. People expect it to be there if you have a business. And it's more of a negative than a positive thing, okay? It's not like people will go there and say, hey, you've got a Facebook page. That's great. I'm going to interact with it. It's more of a, if you don't have it, they're going to think something's goofy about your business. They're going to think you're not up to speed with the times and that kind of stuff. So it is important to have one. Just don't expect to use it organically very much. Now, if you do like using it organically, if you do like posting content to it, or you have time in your schedule, or you have an assistant maybe, or a staff member who can do that, and you want those posts on your Facebook page to have some reach, you can boost them, all right, using the Boost a Post button right here. And all that means is you're going to add, 50 or $10 of an advertising budget to that post. And Facebook will take that money, and basically your organic posts will be turned into an ad. So it's sort of a hybrid organic and a paid ad right now at that point. Okay. And a lot of people do that. Most people, however, who have an advertising budget really create optimized ads, actual real Facebook ads that are intended to be ads. And that's where they spend their money. Okay. They don't usually do a whole lot of boosting of organic posts, but it is an option that you need to be aware of. But other than that, in practice, okay, as far as your the portion of your business that faces your customers and that your customers see, your Facebook page doesn't really play a huge role anymore, again, because of that dialing back of the reach. Its main function these days is as a base of operations for your paid advertising, for your other types of endeavors on Facebook. Okay, namely, every Facebook ad that you create, every paid ad campaign, is going to have your page linked to it, or rather it will be linked to your page. So when people see the ad and they look at the profile image and the name of the author of the ad, it's going to be your Facebook page. Okay, so in this case, if we were to put out some paid ads, it would be coin experts that people would be seeing in those paid ads. All right, so that's a sense in which it's sort of, your paid advertising is anchored to your page, and therefore the page has to at least exist. Okay, even if you don't have any content on it. The other is Facebook Messenger advertising, okay, where you actually utilize Facebook Messenger as an autoresponder service or a broadcast service, kind of like email marketing, but inside of little chat boxes, okay? And that's a whole nother can of beans that we can have another course on, okay, if we wanted to. And we're not going to discuss it here because we're purely talking about organic marketing. But just know that when it comes to paid ads and messenger bots and that type of stuff, your page acts as a base of operations for those, and those are all linked to the page. Now, if this course is not going to go into those other things like paid advertising, and your page has no organic use or organic reach, then what are we going to talk about here? The answer is Facebook groups. Facebook groups are the new organic marketing on Facebook. Facebook loves groups, and Facebook has determined that people on Facebook love their groups. All right. So the idea here is when people were getting posts in their news feed from Facebook pages, business pages, it was sort of a one-way conversation. Okay, people felt like they were being talked at. All right. And frankly, it was getting a little bit cluttered. Okay, the user experience, as far as Facebook was concerned, was going down. They didn't want that to happen. They didn't want people being advertised to in their news feed in an organic way, especially, there's two sides of this, especially if Facebook wasn't getting any money for it. So, dual purpose here, they dialed back the reach of organic Facebook pages because users, weren't exactly enjoying having so many of those posts in their newsfeed. And the other effect of that is if people want to get in people's news feeds with business stuff, with advertising and marketing, they basically have to pay for it. Okay, so Facebook's ad revenue goes up, or the revenue from, serving ads goes up. Okay. Anyway, the reason doesn't really matter. The fact is, what Facebook did decide that they liked was group posts. Okay? Facebook groups are not like pages. Facebook groups are not a one-way conversation. It's a two-way conversation. It's a multifaceted conversation. People willingly join groups and they enjoy interacting in multiple directions inside of those groups. They collaborate. They talk back and forth. Okay, they enjoy the content. It has to do with hobbies and other areas of interests. And so Facebook determined that users liked seeing those posts in their newsfeed, and therefore the new engine for organic Facebook marketing is Facebook groups. So we've got a group here which is about homeschooling. Okay, this is the homeschooling niche. And basically there's not a whole lot of selling going on here. There's a couple instances of brand promotion, but there's not a whole lot of selling, but you could do a lot of selling here if you wanted to. Okay, in this case, this guy basically has a podcast and a show, and it's pretty straightforward. It's not that different from a page in terms of what you're doing. You're just posting content. You're posting Facebook Live or videos or photos or textual posts, and the idea is to get people to engage in a multifaceted interaction, as opposed to just people clicking on something that you're basically utilizing as an advertisement and going away from Facebook to your pages or something like that. Okay, Facebook groups are really about starting discussions and getting people to talk with each other, and they're a fantastic marketing engine for organic marketing because of their reach. Okay, so if you post here right now, if you were to post something in here, or especially if the group admin, okay, if you're the group admin and you post something in here, you're gonna get on people's news feeds. Okay, it's gonna happen. And so the way you need to think about this now is basically the same way you would think of an email autoresponder. Not in terms of the effect, okay, because an email autoresponder is a one-way conversation, but in terms of the responsibility on your part. You really need to be posting regularly, just like you would broadcast to an email list regularly, because you don't want them to forget that you exist and, lose your interactions and your open rates. Same thing applies for a Facebook group. You really need to be promoting, or not promoting, but posting to it at least regularly, and getting that conversation happening for two reasons. Number one, people will forget about you and lose interest. Okay, just psychologically. But also Facebook's algorithms will start dialing back your reach for your group posts if you're not posting regularly and people aren't liking or commenting on posts in your group. Okay, so you really need to be committed, if you're going to start a Facebook group, to posting multiple times a week on a regular basis. As you can see, this guy here, he's not really posting things specific to his brand or products he's trying to sell, or even to his podcast or his show. Okay, for the most part, he's posting interesting content, which probably takes him 5 seconds to curate. Okay, so every day he can post something related to homeschooling that he knows his people are going to be interested in, right? Usually news stuff. Up here you had from the Homeschool Legal Defense Association, HSLDA, an important tip for people who are homeschooling, and so on and so forth. And every once in a while you'll see an actual post that might have something to do with his business, okay, or his brand. Designed to bring people somewhere else to consume his content, or perhaps buy a product or service. Okay, so this is one way to go. This is sort of a passive approach. It's very cool. Facebook loves this type of approach because it's non-salesy. Okay, it's actual organic, useful content that people can talk about. However, you can also go sort of balls to the wall and use it as an advertising engine. Okay, a very businessy and salesy engine. Now, that's not necessarily the case in here. However, there is a little bit more selling and promotion going on in this one than in the other one. Okay, and that's because this is in a business niche. Okay, it's a BizOp niche, internet marketing, affiliate marketing, mastermind. You can see that's the name of the group here. This guy Eric has a group where he's posting, content about his journey in internet marketing. He's posting videos regularly. He's, talking about how to make money online or how to do digital marketing. And as you can see, he's very active. Okay. He's got every few days, he's got videos coming out. Okay, video content is very important. You've got, let's see here, a link to a useful YouTube video here. Another thing that you'll notice inside of this group, okay, just as best practices, is when people join, he welcomes them, okay? Every week or so, you should go back and see who has joined in the past week and do a welcome post and welcome those people to the group. All right, you're going to get interaction. People are going to see that. They're going to feel welcome. They're going to want to interact a little bit more. And you've got the actual promotional stuff here as well. Okay, so if you go to this one, you'll see, this is a promotion for a some type of a digital marketing service. Okay, same thing here. This is a recommended product, right? We've got down here, let's see. This actually links to a YouTube video. Let's see here. We've got, this one is a video that links to, looks like a lead magnet. We've got another one here for a product called ChatterPal. Okay, so that's probably a cloaked link or a link to a blog post, right? Where, a pitch is made and then he gets affiliate credit when he makes that. So you can do this. I mean, this is pretty easy. If you have a webcam, you can do a lot of the video content like Eric does here, and you're doing basically a mix of useful content, blog type stuff. I mean, the same type of stuff that you would see in a blog, and some actual active marketing and advertising of your business or affiliate marketing of other people's businesses as well here inside of a Facebook group. And again, the big thing here is because it's a group, because of Facebook's algorithms and the way they feel about things, your posts inside of a Facebook group will get noticed. And this is the new form of organic marketing inside of Facebook. Okay? So that should be pretty straightforward. If you're going to do Facebook marketing organically, use a group, not a page. Don't mess with pages. Only use those as a base of operation for your paid ads and messenger bots and that sort of stuff. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Instagram. Instagram is taking over the organic marketing scene. It is what Facebook pages used to be, basically, as far as how powerful it is, the reach, the importance of it. Instagram is huge, and having an actual active large audience of followers on Instagram is incredibly powerful. Now, organic marketing on Instagram is not about blogging. Okay, it's not about textual stuff or text-heavy stuff. It's all about multimedia. Okay, it's all about video and photos. Okay, you can live stream some video. You can post video that you recorded on your phone. You can post pictures. It can be sort of personal brand stuff, photos of yourself or photos of things related to your hobbies or stock images, as long as it's visual. Okay, that's the main thing with Instagram. It doesn't really matter what it is as long as it's visual. So the reach of these organic posts is fantastic. And it's because, since it's a multimedia centered platform, photos and videos, people interact and take interest much more. It's just natural. Okay, so it's natural that Instagram would work so well. All right, that's kind of how we're hardwired. When we see something that's visual that we enjoy, seeing, which is another reason that, with your personal profile and Facebook groups, Facebook algorithms give a lot of reach to photos and videos and Facebook Lives. Same thing applies here in Instagram, except in Instagram, that's all there is. It's all visual stuff, okay? So let's do a quick, brief overview of the different aspects to the Instagram experience. This is your news feed. Right, you've seen this before. Right now we're working with a profile that's, as you can tell, interested in classical music, okay, instruments, and so on and so forth. All right, the next thing here is going to be the Explore button, which is where you can see recommended stuff, like recommended personalities or influencers to follow, or recommended content that Instagram, based on its algorithms, thinks you might be interested in. The next tab over is going to be your notifications. All right, this will tell you who's following you and who's not following you, and things that are posted and interaction with your posts, that type of stuff. And then we've got the actual account itself, and in this case, it'll show you your posts. There's no posts in this account yet. You've got Instagram TV, where you can actually start sharing vertical videos with your Instagram followers. You've got the saved area here in case you've bookmarked photos and videos that you want to see sometime later. And you've got tagging. Now, you've probably seen this in Facebook, right? Where if you're tagged in a photo, you'll get notified and you can actually see what photos you've been tagged in, facial recognition, that kind of stuff. That's what's handled right here. And if you were utilizing this account for business, right here you could actually have a little bit of about us stuff with a link to your website. Okay, so you can actually have a little bit of organic traffic going to your website from your profile, but probably not a lot. Okay, it's really about the posts, all right, the content that you're posting and the calls to action that you use in those posts. Now, the thing with Instagram, it's a social network, right? It's a social platform. However, and more importantly, it's first and foremost a mobile app. Okay, so if you want to actually, utilize it, okay, you can consume a little bit from the website inside of a browser. Okay, but if you want to actually utilize it and post things, you've got to do it on the mobile app, which you can download for the App Store or on the Android Google Play Store. And that's basically Instagram in a nutshell, okay? Visual stuff, visual photos, videos, that kind of stuff. Lots of organic reach, lots of potential there. It's booming, and now is the time to get into Instagram if you're not utilizing it yet. So that's it for this lesson. Hopefully that gives you a good idea of how to conduct your organic marketing with Facebook and Instagram. Now let's move on to the next lesson where we're going to cover Twitter and YouTube.
Hey folks, welcome to Module 2. In this module, our expert will be covering marketing on Twitter and YouTube. So get ready to take some notes and let's jump right in.
All right, guys, so we're going to do a brief overview of Twitter in this lesson as well as YouTube. Now, once again, as I said in the previous lesson, two things. Number one, these are brief overviews. These are not super deep into the weeds. We have other courses and lessons that cover each of these platforms individually. And number two, we're not going to be getting into paid advertising. We have another course that covers paid advertising on Twitter, which is a very powerful tool. However, the focus here is on organic marketing, using Twitter without paying any money for organic, just natural marketing results. Now, Twitter is pretty powerful, but there's some things you need to understand about Twitter, okay, that make it different from Facebook, LinkedIn, and so on. First off, Twitter is a news or events broadcasting channel. That's its primary purpose. Okay, now people use it for, goofy personal stuff all the time. So when I say news, I don't necessarily mean, official serious stuff. What I mean is more along the lines of the nature of the posts themselves. You're going to get updates on what people are doing or on what businesses are doing, okay? You're going to get short, sweet broadcasts. That's what it's all about, short and sweet. You've probably used Twitter before or you've seen tweets before. You know that they're around 140 characters. Sometimes there's video, sometimes there's images. So it's all about little updates, little bits of content that keep your audience in the know about what they need to know about or what you want them to know about. So a good Twitter profile is going to be updated regularly, like on a very, very consistent and regular basis. Twitter is one of those things that people expect to see, at least weekly, preferably daily broadcasts and updates. And the thing is, Twitter feeds are so saturated, so jam-packed because of how bite-sized everything is and how regularly and frequently people post, that if you're not tweeting on a daily basis, people are going to forget you exist. So the only way to make sure that your stuff is seen by your audience is to make sure that you are operating at a pretty high frequency yourself. So when you post to Twitter, you can expect interaction in the form of replies to your tweets, likes, and retweets. That's primarily where you're going to be seeing. Now, if you're thinking, I don't really have the type of business that has, multiple times per day or, even every day broadcast worthy stuff, what you can do is utilize Twitter as a platform where you're sort of saying, hey, look, and you're bringing people's attention to content published elsewhere. Okay, and it doesn't even have to be content that's published to that day. Let's say you have a blog and you publish a post. Twitter can just be the place where you tweet with an image saying, hey, check out our latest blog post. Okay, or you have a Facebook post. Boom, send people there. Or you put out a new YouTube video. Embed it in a tweet or send people via link to a page, a landing page where you have a new offer, and so on and so forth. Even go backwards if you want into interesting content. Run a promotion for an old blog post if you want via Twitter. Okay, so you can use Twitter as sort of a, hey, look, platform where you send people to other content, and Twitter's primary purpose is just to get eyeballs on that content. That's one strategy that you can use if you don't really have, typical Twitter-worthy content churning out every single day. So there's some important stats that you want to monitor on Twitter. Obviously, you want to increase your followers. That's the most obvious thing. You've also got how many people you're following. You've got likes and lists and moments. Okay, now let's look at an actual active Twitter profile, because that one just now was just a demo profile. This is Diana Anderson, and she engages in what looks like some network marketing, some affiliate marketing, and she's got a business where she teaches other people to find success online. As you can see, she's got her profile pretty squared away. She's got a banner for her Twitter profile, okay, with a very clear, unique selling proposition here. She's got some hashtags, okay, that'll bring her some more organic traffic. She's got a link. Now, you could put just a regular website link, your homepage or something like that. You could put a landing page. In her case, she's got a link going to what seems to be sort of an all-purpose landing page. Here's what I have to offer kind of a landing page so people can follow her on Facebook or check out, some of these other products or services. You'll notice she's got a lot of tweets, pretty sizable following, lots of followers, and likes. And if we scroll down, you'll see she's got a good mix of content. Okay, so let's see. We've got photos, we've got little memes, we've got the the occasional embedded video here, and we have got an example of what I was talking about earlier. In this case, she's got a Facebook post that she posted to Facebook, but she's using Twitter to bring eyeballs to it. You see that? Same thing going on here. Over here, she's sharing useful YouTube content, right? This one up here seems to be a promotional tweet where she's promoting a product or a service. And looks like you can actually sign up for a webinar on this page. So she's got a pretty good mix of content, and that's what you should aim for as well. Some organic, good quality information content, as well as a little bit of promotional stuff so that you utilize it as a marketing engine to get some ROI of some sort. So now that we've covered Twitter briefly, so you have a general idea of how to use Twitter in organic marketing, let's go over to YouTube. So we're going to look at a couple of examples here. In this case, we've got a YouTube channel for a reputation management software. Okay, and this one, it's a little bit old. It's not very active. But what you can see here is that they've got a bunch of videos that are probably not intended for internal, inside of YouTube marketing. Okay, if you look at these videos, you'll look at the
So we wanted a new way to deal.
So there's the promotional video there. Let's click on analytics. You'll notice there's not a whole lot going on in the way of likes or comments on these videos, okay? And the reason for that is what a lot of companies are doing is using YouTube purely as a video host, okay? They're embedding their videos on their websites, and so you're not really going to get anything in the way of YouTube interaction levels, likes, comments, subscriptions, that sort of thing. Now, the other tack is to actually utilize YouTube as a social media platform, meaning you actually want people who are on youtube.com to find your videos, to subscribe to your videos, to get notifications about your videos, to interact by liking and commenting and so on and so forth, to see your videos in the related videos column and all that good stuff. So that is what we'll take a look at in a moment. First, I just want to look at the analytics page really quick to show you the type of stuff you need to be keeping track of, okay? Watch time is super important for your videos, okay? Views, obviously, pretty important. But one thing that I want you to notice here is this video is super long, okay? And look what happens to the audience retention. Drops off within the first, look at that, 4 seconds, 9 seconds, drops down to 50, okay? By the time you're less than a minute in, you're already down to 20% viewership. So make sure your videos, when you're making videos, are compelling enough and that you get a unique selling proposition out there in the first few seconds. Otherwise, your viewership just drops. Okay, I mean this is terrible retention here. And again, if you look at things like likes and dislikes, you're not going to see a lot of that because this business is obviously utilizing YouTube purely as a video host to embed their stuff. But let's go look at an actual active YouTube channel that's actually leveraging YouTube as a social media platform. This one is Niches Be Crazy, and this is an awesome YouTube channel. So this guy has got a ton. Okay, Uncle Phil Lopez here. A ton of content that he puts out, and it's all about utilizing YouTube as a marketing engine. He's not just posting videos here for the purpose of hosting them and then embedding them elsewhere. He's actually actively engaged in organic marketing. So have a look at his profile here. He's got an awesome banner image. Okay, he's got little links here where you can hook up with him on his website or his blog and other social media platforms. Okay, he's got subscribers, he's got video views. Let's click on one of these here. This one here seems to be a review video for some type of a product, and the product's called Affiliate Oracle by Adam Payne. And basically, what you're going to encounter, maybe not initially, but what you'll eventually encounter here is an affiliate link. So if we click on that, we'll come over here to the review. And I don't know if this is a good or a bad review, but clearly you've got a buy button here. And if you look down in the bottom left corner, that's a pay Kickstart link. So it's an affiliate link. So he's engaged in affiliate marketing, right? And he's getting traffic to his YouTube videos, 115 views there just in the last week. And he is leveraging YouTube itself as a marketing engine. As you can see, he's got comments here. So he's got likes, he's got views, and he's got comments happening, interaction happening. Okay, thanks for the review, etc. Thanks for the good review, Uncle Phil, etc. So this guy's got an actual audience. Okay, he's got actual. I'm going to change that frame so it doesn't look like he's picking his nose there. But nothing. You'll also notice he's branded himself. That's huge in YouTube marketing. Watch this. Okay, so that's pretty cool. You can do that, guys, for a pretty low amount of money on Fiverr, okay? Or if you use Adobe After Effects, you can go on, Video Hive and download templates where you can do some pretty cool logo reveal stuff. You really want to build a brand. If you're going to be utilizing YouTube as a social media platform, you want a brand so that people recognize your name. Look, he's got hashtags here as well, which I did not notice previously, but you want people to understand who you are and to think about your videos. And in this case, they probably think about reviews by Niches Be Crazy when they're looking at other products, which means they might actually actively seek him out and come to his channel to see if he has reviewed a particular product, in case he'll get some commission. Now, let's have a look at another video here. This looks like it was a live stream. It says streamed live on February 26th, so that's cool. Definitely make use of video streaming software. The thing with YouTube is it will place higher in search engine results and related video results and so on and so forth. It'll give more reach and exposure to videos that are live just because they've made their algorithms do that. Let's have a look here at his description. So his description is let's see, not super keyword heavy in this case, because this is a content video. It's not a product review video, so there's no specific product names, but he does have some links with call to actions. Okay, so he wants you to go watch this video here. At the end of this video, he mentions a product, and so here's a link to his review for that, which looks like Affiliate Oracle again. And he's got a subscription link here, so a lot of calls to action. And then he's also got, this is very important, affiliate disclaimer. Okay, make sure you're covering your butt when you're doing affiliate marketing out there, and you've got an affiliate disclaimer. Let's come back to the original video here, and you'll see that this one is a little bit more keyword rich. Okay, so you've got the product name in there multiple times. You've got the vendor name in there multiple times, right? So when somebody's out there looking for Affiliate Oracle or any other product, they're going to be likely to come across a video that is keyword rich in its description. Now, you can't see tags. I think there was a time way back in the day where you could see other people's tags. You can't see tags on this video, but make sure you're utilizing tags when you're posting your videos. And we can assume that this one probably has tags such as, the product name and the vendor name, okay? Because you really want your videos, if you're using YouTube.com as an actual social media platform, you want to increase your organic reach, and you want to increase your ranking for search terms. When somebody clicks up here and searches for something like, Affiliate Oracle review. So that's a very quick, brief overview of using YouTube for marketing, guys. Hopefully that was useful. We covered Twitter as well. In the next lesson, we're going to be covering LinkedIn and Pinterest.
All right, welcome to Module 3. In this module, our expert will be teaching you about marketing on LinkedIn and Pinterest. So get ready to take some notes, and let's jump right in.
All right, guys, so we're going to briefly touch on LinkedIn marketing, and I want to give you the usual disclaimer that I've given you in the previous lessons. Number one, we have specific courses that go into specific things in the weeds, in detail. In this case, for this course, we're just briefly touching on each platform that you should be doing organic social media on. And number two, it's all about that word organic that I just used. We're not going to be going into paid advertising on these platforms. There are definitely paid advertising options, and some of them are fantastic. You should look into those. We cover those in depth elsewhere. However, for this video, we're just looking at organic marketing for these two platforms, a brief overview of organic marketing. Now, this is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is huge, especially in the B2B space. All right. LinkedIn, if you haven't used LinkedIn, most people in the United States probably have. If you're outside of the US, maybe it's a little bit less common. It used to be primarily for job searches, okay? Networking to find positions that you want or to recruit personnel for your company. And then it grew into this huge B2B space, and it's also grown into a big network marketing space, okay? So there's a lot of B2B and network marketing potential here. Not so much just random, niche marketing for, the fitness niche or this, that, and the other thing. It's mainly the B2B space, not business to consumer. And you'll notice it's very professional. Okay. You're not going to be posting crap like you do on Facebook here. Okay. You're not going to be posting, updates about your day and how things are going, or jokes, or a bunch of funny memes, all right? There can be a little bit of humor, but generally speaking, LinkedIn is a little bit more professional, okay? If you were going into a corporate setting, to go do your job, you would act on LinkedIn as you would in that situation, okay? Now, there's a couple of different methods for marketing on LinkedIn. Number one is passive, and that just means having an excellent profile. So we're looking at Graham Arrington here. Graham Arrington is a business/life coach who basically helps people who are super overwhelmed, overworked. You've got basically a description here that describes everything that he says. Anybody who comes and finds Graham immediately knows what it is that he's offering, okay? They understand that he's offering to help them reduce their anxiety, get their life back. I mean, look at that USP there. Get your life back. It's right there in his banner and right here. So overworked business owners, overworked C-level executives, overworked, anybody okay, who need some help getting their life under control, their time managed, reducing their anxiety. It's all right here. And he's also got some testimonials here from other people. So he's making excellent use of the real estate that LinkedIn has given him inside of his profile to make it very clear what he's offering. And he's offering something pretty substantial, and that's, you can imagine, is in pretty high demand. In addition to his summary, he's also got his skills and endorsement section. He's got experience and education. These are really big if you're going for a job, okay? If the business that you're conducting, if you're conducting, for example, a B2B business, has nothing to do with the old jobs that you used to hold, you don't need to stick those here, okay? And as you can see, his education and experience areas are pretty slim, specifically the experience area is pretty slim, because that's why he's on LinkedIn, okay, to market his Life Plus coaching business. He's not here to tell employers about the fact that he was a low-level manager at a Wendy's restaurant 12 years ago or something like that. So you will see that if people are coming on LinkedIn specifically to market their existing business, you'll see that some of the stuff down here seems pretty bare bones, and that's why. Okay, now the other area of marketing on LinkedIn is groups. Groups are huge in LinkedIn. So we're going to take a look at a group here. This is the Omaha Empowerment Breakfast Group. Okay. And you have, if you're doing B2B stuff, you have local chamber of commerce or, business owner get together kind of stuff in your city. All you have to do is look it up right here in the search bar. Okay, look it up in the search bar and you'll find your version of this kind of stuff where business owners get together and network inside. They post about events, upcoming, they're talking about a March Empowerment Breakfast. They're talking about some type of training that's occurring over here. So these are groups on LinkedIn where you have people who are usual. I mean, it depends on your audience, but if you're in the B2B space, that you have people who are sort of decision makers, okay, executives, CEOs, chief marketing officers, et cetera, who are actual, action takers and are looking for B2B solutions. That they're in this group, and these groups are a great way to sort of network a little bit, get yourself out there, get your brand out there, and also you can even create your own group. Okay, now that's a whole another can of worms, but creating your own group is a great way to have yet another marketing apparatus in addition to your email list, in addition to, your Facebook following, your Twitter following, your Facebook groups. Having a LinkedIn group is a great way to get a very specific type of people who are in a very specific mode of thinking, which is, again, the business to business mode of thinking. And again, I keep talking about B2B, but LinkedIn is also very useful for network marketing as well. If you're doing network marketing or, multi-level marketing and you're just trying to grow your following as big as possible, LinkedIn can be used for that. The next one we're going to take a look at and do a brief overview of is Pinterest. Now, the Pinterest overview is going to be pretty short because it's pretty straightforward. Pinterest is all about images, linking, bookmarking, or rather pinning images. Okay, so if you're going for organic, I should mention Pinterest also has some paid advertising. Okay, and you should check out those options, and we can cover those elsewhere. However, this is all about organic marketing, and Pinterest is all about visuals. Now, it is true that Pinterest is mostly a female-led social media platform. Okay, however, over the last few years, that's been changing quite a bit. The male usage of Pinterest has grown quite a bit, so if you have a male-dominant audience, don't feel scared about doing some marketing on Pinterest, okay, because that is growing. However, the big thing to keep in mind is it's all about visuals. It's all about images. So you're going throughout the web and so let's say a consumer who is not running a business, what they would do is they would go throughout the web, and if they saw something that interested them and they wanted to share with other people, they would pin it to one of their boards. Okay, they would pin that. So, hey, here's a cool CD that I just bought or that I'm thinking about buying, or what do you guys think about this? He would pin it. Make sense? In the case of a business owner, what you're doing is pinning your stuff with your web properties. Now, you should also do some, non-salesy content marketing. Okay, hey, here's an interesting article from so-and-so and such and such. That's fine. However, your whole goal here, I mean, look what happens here when you click on, this here. If a person comes, sees this image, clicks on it to get more information, okay, and you can, by the way, you've got interactions here like comments and so on and so forth, just like any other social platform. But the real goal here is to get somebody to click on the image. okay, which brings them to the URL where the image was found, which in this case is an eBay product listing, okay? So in this case, you've got a guy selling things on eBay, and he's posting the images. He's pinning them to his Pinterest boards to get traffic, okay? There's not really much more to it than that. Here's another Pinterest board for another user. This one has to do with, looks like language, speech therapy, education, that kind of stuff. So, once again, click here, right? You've got, this one's been pinned 21 times, so you've got some engagement there, but then you click on the image, and that brings you to a web property somewhere else, okay? And you can utilize this pretty effectively in your business if you've got, visual stuff that you can share on Pinterest. Now, let's have a look at a typical Pinterest profile. So in this case, the one we're using is Michael Markison. He's got 1K followers. He's got 15,000 monthly viewers. You can add your website URL here, so people can, in a passive sense, you might get some traffic coming to your profile and then clicking through to your website. And looks like a blog that he's got there. You've got followers all listed here. You've got following. You've got all of his different boards. So he's got multiple boards. One of them is called Mentorland. One of them is called Awesome Products. So Mentorland here has some very specific things. It looks like the make money online niche or the e-commerce niche. Over here you've got Awesome Products that he sees and recommends. Okay, so a lot of organic marketing going on over here. And then, of course, you've got the individual pins themselves not broken down into boards and activity, which is a little bit thin lately on this profile. So, guys, that's pretty much how you use Pinterest, okay? Again, there is a paid advertising option here that you can utilize to really get your pins in a non-organic way in front of people. But if you are big on content marketing and a lot of it is potentially visual that you can use, images as links to move traffic to other off Pinterest properties, Pinterest is a great engine to use for your organic marketing in that case.